Yeah, we were joking when I walked up how intimidating this set is, right?
Yeah.
And then as you're talking, there's flames shooting up behind your head.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Trying to stay focused.
This is Beyond the Moon, a Ditch Witch podcast where we dig deep into news, job site stories, Ditch Witch culture, and all the other dirt that makes up the industry.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Moon. I'll be your host, Sean Hubbard, and I'm joined by my guy, Elliot Carter from Ditch Witch Mid-States.
Glad to be here, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Yes, sir. Doing great.
Good.
It's a high-energy event.
Yeah, this is awesome. So we're at Equipment Seminar. You guys can probably see behind us the calm before the storm. I fully expect there to be several hundred people walking through those doors here in a little bit. We might catch a glimpse of that on camera. We might not, but it's going to be wild here. So at Equipment Seminar, we bring in dealers from all over the world, sales guys like yourself from all over the country, and you guys bring customers, and we just kind of show off all of our new stuff, all of our cool stuff, and just try to build on relationships that you guys have with your customers. So that's what we're doing here in Oklahoma City, and we're pretty excited about it. And we'll get into some of that, but I did want to talk to you real first about something that kind of bothers me a little bit about you.
Okay.
Not to get too personal, but this is personal.
Let's hear it.
I'm a Kansas Jayhawk fan, Rock Chalk guy, and you are from
Lexington, Kentucky.
Lexington, Kentucky. So Big Blue Nation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So are you from Kentucky, or did you just move there and then they're kind of good at basketball every once in a while
No.
and became a fan? Or tell me about your fanhood of Big Blue Nation.
Hey, I've been a Kentucky football fan and basketball fan.
There you go.
So
I like
I'm
to hear that.
Born and bred. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are the all-time winningest program now in men's college basketball, too.
Yeah. We had that title a little bit ago.
You did?
Had some wins vacated.
It's been fun, right?
May or may not have cheated and got caught doing something, but that tends to happen. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that too. You know, Kansas got in trouble for some stuff and had some wins vacated. And I did want to see what you thought, being a Kentucky fan, about like NIL and transfer portal. And I think the funny joke about NIL is, name, image, and likeness, but it's like, now it's legal. Like everybody's doing it, right?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on NIL and transfer portal? Is it helping your fanhood?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely changing rapidly as a fan, from a fan's perspective.
Yeah.
I like it. It's definitely different. I do think that we need some more structure. I think we can all probably agree.
Yeah, it's like the Wild West out there.
On that, but being able to transfer immediately and the moving pieces, and Pope became our coach.
Oh yeah.
Pretty late in the process last year, and was able to put a roster together and did phenomenal, in my opinion. With what he had.
No, I thought that was awesome too. I can't remember. You'll know better than me. How many Wildcats were on the roster once Pope took over? I know Cal took some of them to Arkansas.
One incoming freshman.
That's one guy that stuck
all
with
he
him.
had. Yep.
So, thankfully, for the transfer portal, you guys were able to put together a pretty solid team.
I don't think he could have done it prior. So
yeah. No, that's awesome. So there's one Kentucky player that stands out to me as somebody that just sits with me in a bad way, and it's because I was so excited. He was getting ready to. This is probably 15 years ago. So excited. This guy was going to announce he's down to Kansas, he's down to Kentucky, and I'm putting stuff on Facebook about, come on, Julius, do the right thing, do the right thing.
Nice.
Julius Randle went to Kentucky.
Dude, I was on a service call for a company I was working for at the time with another tech. We were doing a really big job, and we had the radio on the service truck wide open because the local Kentucky Sports Radio had this special show going on that day just for that announcement.
Yeah.
So we definitely live and breathe it.
Yeah, no doubt. So we heard the same news at the same time and had completely different reactions.
Yes, apparently so.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what is your official title as well? I think I called you sales dude earlier. I don't think that's probably it. But what do you do for Ditch Witch Mid-States?
I answer to many things, right? But technically a territory manager.
So what does that mean? Let's just talk about your career a little bit. When did you start with Ditch Witch Mid-States? Have you always been a territory manager? Just kind of talk to me a little bit about your career evolution.
Sure. Ditch Witch has always been a part of my family since I was little. My grandfather and uncle had a contracting business when I was growing up, and they installed underground utilities for the local power company. And they were Ditch Witch customers. So
oh, awesome.
They had Ditch Witch equipment, and then we were real close with the local Ditch Witch guys. One in particular, he worked there as a total 40 years.
Yeah,
He
that's
was a
crazy.
lifer.
You hear about that a lot of
Definitely.
Ditch Witch people. It's
Yeah.
you know, I've been at the factory for coming up on 7 years, I think, and I am by far the new guy.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, even at the factory, has been there forever. So it's interesting that the relationship that you guys had there with that guy was 40 years. So how long have you been with Mid-States?
Yeah, definitely translated that family, passionate atmosphere. But I have been at Mid-States since 2015.
Okay.
So this will be my 10th year. And the guy that was there 40 years, they were hiring a local technician, and that's what I had done
Okay.
at the time. So I hired on as a technician and then went to Road Tech, and then
Yeah.
I joke, and all my customers love it. I say I wasn't very good at it, so they put me in sales.
They probably like that. Are you better
Definitely.
at sales?
I love what I do.
Yeah.
And I think the ultimate compliment is when people allow you to be a part of what they do
Right.
as a solution.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. Like, what does it mean? We talk about the Witch and Moon, the brand, and what it means to us, and it's about relationships and it's about partnerships. But from a dealership perspective and a territory manager like yourself, like, what does Ditch Witch mean to you as a person? What does it mean to your customers? Like, what? Just give me the vibe of how does Elliot feel about Ditch Witch?
And I'm blessed to do what I love and with some of the best people that I know. And we really believe in the brand, and that starts with who the brand is and where it came from. And, you know, one of the things that I really liked as a technician, they brought me out here for New Man School.
Yeah.
And not only was that to get familiar with other people, but it was familiar with the story of the brand and who Ed is and his family, and really was able to grab a hold of that because I come from a family of small business owners.
Right.
And can understand everything that comes with doing that.
Yeah, the grind behind it.
Yeah, not just the success, right? There's challenges and
For sure.
things you have to go through.
So how often do you make it out to Oklahoma? I mean, you come to Equipment Seminar. We have this as an annual event. We have sales conference. But do you come to Perry, to the factory very often, or is it just kind of those for those bigger events?
Yeah, you know, like I said, as a tech, I keep referring to that because that's where I started. It's required once a year to come, obviously, for
Okay.
your updated training. But as a TM role, I'm out here at least once a year, and then try to make it to the seminars. We have, 2 a year usually.
So, you mentioned that too, that there's an annual mandatory training for techs. Like, what is that training, and what type of information are you guys learning for that?
Troubleshooting on not just the mechanical side or electrical side, but also who are you talking to and the networking side of it within the organization, right?
So yeah, that makes sense. Come do that every year. Make sure you're up to speed. So we were talking a little bit earlier too about relationships and some of the best people you've met through Ditch Witch, whether they work with Ditch Witch or not, or they're just customers. But I wanted to talk about some of your customers. How does a territory manager or a sales guy develop relationships with customers? How does that come about? How do you develop a relationship with your customers?
Well, I think it starts with who you are, right?
Right.
And what you say and what you do matters. And do you really care about what they have going on? I mean, you can just sell something, but then to support it and to be there throughout is a different level.
Right.
And like I said earlier, I'm blessed that they want to involve me. I'm solving a problem or trying to help solve a problem, right? And I'm one piece of it. But then being asked to repeatedly help them solve these problems, I mean, that's awesome. I love helping people.
Yeah, no, that's big time. So did you bring some customers to this event here?
Yeah, I have one with me.
What kind of work do they do? So, and Ditch Witch territory manager, salespeople, you guys sell everything Orange Iron, right? It's not just drills.
Correct, yeah.
What is the...
Green equipment, locators.
Yeah,
We've done really well with the Marksman.
Yeah, that's so what is the reaction for the Marksman specifically? Like, I know I heard you talking to a regional sales manager for Subsite earlier today about Marksman and how well that's being adopted, excuse me, in the industry. How does a Ditch Witch salesperson know everything about all the drills and everything about trenchers and everything about Subsite electronics? Like, how do you guys process that information and relay it to customers in an effective manner?
That's a great question. And Subsite in particular is the piece that probably changes the fastest or the most.
Right.
Being the technology side, but having those relationships here, like we bring our customer here, but also I'm getting to see all you guys at the factory and connecting and networking. You know, when I have those issues, like when we were speaking earlier with a rep, you know, bouncing things off each other, going through it together. That's how we learn, and that's what customers need us to do.
No, that makes sense. So what does your day-to-day look like? I mean, we talked about relationships with customers, and you got guys buying drills, and you got people buying HDD guidance equipment, and you're on trenchers. So are you out on a job site all day? Are you answering phones? Are you answering emails? Like, what do you do?
It's a little bit of controlled chaos in some aspects, for sure, because I could be delivering an SK in the morning and troubleshooting a marksman on the way to a drill job site in the afternoon.
That's wild.
But I love it. You know, it's very fluid, very, very challenging, and in a good way, though.
Yeah. So can you think of any I was talking to Brett Romer. He was a guest on the podcast for season 2. And he was talking about some interesting job sites that he'd been on. Like there was a company that was crossing the Yellowstone River. And there was a company, I think it was in Mississippi, that was, you know, the whole over the river and through the woods type of stuff. So is there any stories or jobs that jump out to you as like, that is awesome, I'm glad I got to see that? Or you got, you know, you mentioned you're a problem solver, that you got to help solve a problem. Anything that you can think of that's just noteworthy?
Man, it makes me think of a slogan I heard from the 40-year guy I was telling you that hired me originally. He said, man, if anybody tells you they haven't had trouble drilling, you tell them keep drilling. They haven't done it long enough. That's right. So any HDD job site, you're going to have challenges. You're going to run into things. And the network of people you have around you and supporting you matters. So Romer has been one of those guys for me. He's solid. He's been a part of some of those big projects and been an intricate part in why they succeed. We've done some awesome stuff. I've got to be a part of some crazy stuff. Right now I've got a customer back in Kentucky on a 2,000-foot bore underneath a lake with, you know, 1,200 foot of water crossing. And
that's wild.
It's awesome. Trying to figure out how to locate across that lake and make sure the equipment's running the way it's supposed to.
So what's your role in that? So the contractor bids that job, wins the job. Are they buying equipment specifically for that job?
Sometimes they do, or they already own the fleet.
Okay.
But there's also different pieces to the equipment, right? The drill has to have drill pipe. Do we have enough pipe?
Right.
What's the life like that on the pipe? Is it time to replace it? What tooling do we need? What's the capabilities of our locator? Can we get that deep? Can we get that far?
So your role is just, like you said, find a solution. Like, okay, here's the problem, right? We got to go 2,000 feet and there's a lake in the way. What's the best way to do that?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I was hoping, we talked about relationships with customers and stuff. What does that mean for Ditch Witch Mid-States and the Diorio specifically?
Oh, man. The Dioros have been awesome to me. You know, they've from day one they've really been awesome. We take it very serious that we're a partner with our customers, and part of that is maybe you're answering the phone on a Saturday at 3:00 or in the middle of the night, or we're running a reamer out to a job because something failed. You know, they give us everything we need to be able to support the customers like that.
No, that's awesome, and it's big time for us at the factory. It's big time for your company, Ditch Witch Mid-States, and everybody's got to be pulling in the same direction.
100%.
Right. Yeah. So this event that we're at, Equipment Seminar Now, you mentioned you have a customer here. What expectations did they have coming into this? Have they been here before? Have you talked to them about what they're about to experience? I mean, as we see people kind of falling in here. We've got all kinds of new equipment set up here, a stage, there's going to be lasers and music and craziness. Have you talked to your customers about that? Like the guy that's here, what are they expecting? Yeah,
we were joking when I walked up how intimidating this set is, right?
Yeah.
And then as you're talking, there's flames shooting up behind your head.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Trying to stay focused. But I haven't told my customers specifically about any of this. So
good.
I like to see the reaction because this is very impressive. And man, you can tell it's the passion, just like we were talking about with the brand, man. Everybody bleeds orange.
Right. No, this is awesome. It's going to be so fun. We've got our our training simulator over here. We've got our Super Witch virtual reality stuff. There may or may not be a couple bars set up to enjoy some of that stuff. But yeah, I do think we're getting close to getting this thing kicked off. So I was going to let you out of here, but I appreciate you so much for coming on. But I did have one follow-up question for you, and I know that you're coming to this one blind and you don't know. So
don't know at all.
I will answer my question to myself first. But if you had to pick your most disliked college basketball program in the country, what would that be? As a Kansas fan, mine starts with Missouri. Can't stand Missouri.
Okay.
Folks in Missouri are fine. University of Missouri basketball team stuff. Duke, Syracuse, and then your Wildcats are number 4 on my list.
That's okay.
Yeah.
At least for last.
So what's yours? Is it Louisville? Is it Kansas?
Maybe that means we need to be better. That way we can climb your list.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're not good enough to be in my top 3.
Well, my first initial question was, can I have more than one?
Oh, sure.
So first would be L's down for Louisville.
Oh, that's what I figured. I figured it was a local rivalry.
For sure.
Maybe.
And then Tennessee has got us quite a bit lately. So, me and Doug Moore go back and forth quite a bit. So
That's right. Yep, that's fun stuff. So, all right, man, I'm going to let you off the hook. I appreciate you hopping on.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us here at Equipment Seminar in Oklahoma City, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks. See ya.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Beyond the Moon. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast on your favorite platform and follow us on social media @DitchWitch.